So, Utopia, DiNG. Utopia on the defense, Mojo. DiNG on the attack. I was saying I don't think we're going to get a cap rush. I mean, Utopia can counter it quite perfectly, can't they?
No, it's a possibility always because you can make a good cover fire, but I don't think DiNG is that kind of team. Also, Utopia has a really spotless record on Murovanka, guys. 100%, both attack and defense. They never actually lost a game here on Murovanka. They're one of the most experienced teams in all seasons here, I would say, because even in old seasons, they were winning quite a lot.
And to add to some slight confusion, Utopia with the blue camouflage are on the red side. I always prefer it. I always prefer it when Utopia is on the blue side because it makes more sense because they got the cool blue camo.
Details. But pretty normal disposition here of Utopia guys. Dibble in that STB on G1 position. Bihu spotting early attack. Then you have Ice 4 Anchor and everyone else around. The only interesting thing is Papapavian is pretty close to them. So they are kind of close. They're afraid actually that DiNG will dig him out.
It's a bit of a unusual place for Papapavian, Mojo. We usually see the AMXs further down into bushes, don't we?
Yeah, they're rather sure that with this lineup, DiNG will try to blind shoot a lot and that they will just lose him for nothing. So they're not using him in that fashion. But as a light tank, he can always try and approach through the bushes and find some weakness in DiNG cap strategy or whatever.
So DiNG getting quite a lot of map coverage here as they're spreading out across the area and just keeping Utopia contained down in that corner. But I mean, in a way, it's what Utopia want. They have no need to push out and gain map dominance because they know DiNG are going to have to come to them.
Yeah, DiNG has to feel out everything now. They will work on those bushes and see what's spotted, what's not spotted. So that's... Oh, Shuku can get actually shot here.
Oh, lovely shot from the zoomed in view there as you see him take one to the side of the turret there. Bit like somebody sticking his head out a trench there in World War I or something.
It's probably Shokish who actually managed to connect him, but he was spotted here by other guys. So that's how you go, because there is a good crossfire coming in from DiNG, and also they're covering each other well. So any kind of big rotation coming out from Utopia would not end well, because let's not forget, they have Miloš in IS-4 and Dibble in STB-1. So those are not really a push tanks. They're more defensive kind of tanks.
So positive here, just firing some blind shots from there that he is into last spotted positions of Utopia, trying to get some crossfire connected shots as we're on the camera here with Creech just kind of dancing about base 2 number area. Now, Mojo, tactically, how do you think it's going to progress from here?
Well, we know, as we said already, Dibble is here in these positions, so he needs to spot this kind of action and decap. Breakneck is not just trying to make them, to shake them away by this kind of spotting, guys. Then we have Bihu here, who was spotting to see will someone approach from this area. And we have these guys, everyone else covering the shots. If something comes here, covering the back shots of their guys, Ice4 playing an anchor. Now what the guys from DiNG are doing, they are making all kind of pressure from two sides. Now they're pressuring the cap a bit, they have crossfire in their back from here, and a lot of guys that are just covering fire. Breakneck is a bait here now, and they are trying to just divert attention to make them fall away from the cap so Koritz can make those points safe, and then they have to do the rotation fast somewhere.
So really cheeky play from Breakneck here as he's just dancing underneath that ridgeline, trying to bait Utopia over the hill to try and get additional crossfire shots from the rest of his teammates. They're all lined up opposite in a gun line, just waiting for the first person from Utopia to overcommit and make that shots. Now, Utopia know there's a cap going on, and there is a deathplate over there that they know that the tank is going to be sitting in. As we see Hulknick actually taking a shot, but there's a rotation up north here, Mojo.
The rotation is coming because Utopia knows they must clear their flank at all costs, and they're hoping actually they will catch someone off. And this is what we've said many times. You do not want to leave tanks like that. This is a major mistake here by DiNG. Now they will have to actually try to boost the cap, but that's not really doable because Utopia still has a lot of firepower to just throw that way, and they can always sacrifice Papapavian.
Okay, so we see Hulknick getting dropped there from DiNG as 3 tanks from Utopia went over to clear him out of that northern area. There's a rotation coming around here from DiNG as well as Karitz running away from the base cap he was doing, is able to survive on just a sliver of health at 275 with a dead gunner. Now the overlap here from DiNG coming back round where they just lost Hulknick as Mertorius takes up that position. Bishu has not got himself safe. Mertorius is going to get clips into him, and Bishu's going to die here unless he backs off. Mertorius gets one, he gets in the second tier. Bihu is stuck, he's dead in the water, he can't go anywhere, and he gets taken out by Mertorius. So, great return play here from DiNG, Mojo. They're trying to get control
look at the
back.
counter-attack coming in now from Utopia. They already know Mary has only 2 shells left, so they're going to try to use that and break him and Breakneck after him together in Mrakar. Shuku now here clipping as a TVP can only do those 4 shells. They will practically break Breakneck. Oh, he's on so low HP now.
So Crossfire coming in here from Maraka and also Breakneck, but Maraka's clipped. He can't do anything as he has to back off as the shot's coming back over from Utopia, and they're in a commanding position, Mojo.
Yeah, Utopia has every possible advantage here. This is a better play and a bad split here by DiNG because they even didn't see the tanks approaching. That was a major fault there because they should have had a better crossfire if they actually wanted to keep a tank where Halknik was. So a bit of a misplay there. The only guy left with HP here is Positive, but he's a single shooter tank. He cannot really make a difference anymore.
So all the advantage sitting here with Utopia, they have a massive health pool compared to DiNG, more than double at the moment, and they still have 5 guns available. Muka just sitting there, 74 health, as Milos just goes in to take out Shockish. DiNG only with 2 tanks left, with Positive on full health in Object 140. Creech sitting on 275 there, and his Batcha Tier 9, the TAP, with only 275 health and a dead gunner as well. This one's comfortably Utopia's, Mojo.
Yes, this is a pretty decent win by them. Good reads and everything. Not really best play by DiNG. I think they were kind of confused. They couldn't find the 1390, but they read well the positions of Utopia. They Breakneck's move to chase them away were really good. So that was all reliable tactics, but leaving those budgets so spread up in the back, this is so captain obvious. I mean, someone like Koritz, as a leader of the team, knows this because he is the one who also played a lot in Virtus, Wombats and so on. So the logical response from a team that is playing like Utopia is first to make sure there is no one on that flank. If there is anyone, to fight with them first before you go for the cap.
So Utopia just getting the final kills there on DiNG as they take battle number 1 here on Muravanka against DiNG. A bit, I don't want to say sloppy from DiNG, but I mean, a lot of the tanks were exposed when they were trading shots. It wasn't the best of positioning, was it?
They started well. They took some shots on Shuku. We already saw on Muravanka several times. When you have a TVP on that heighted position, it's a nice position to shoot from, but if you get spotted, you get wrecked by anyone because you have no armor. It's a tall tank. We've seen like Kazna when they played it, they had Ilian there. Ilian got wrecked. Like he got annihilated with 0 damage, I think.
Yeah.
At that moment. So, but Utopia reading positions much better. They even climbed a nice 4 up there, which is a perfect position for him. There is none from the DiNG team who could pen him. And also the rotations are right there and on point, on time, every moment. So the read of the game was right, absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And DiNG really had nothing to do there.
Yeah, it was a good defensive play from Utopia. As I said earlier on, we're talking about how it's just they can happily sit there. I mean, they give up a lot of map control, but on Muravanka, when you're a defending team, as long as you can hold vision on those 2 kind of ridges, you know where everyone's going to come from. So, fair play to Utopia, very good performance there. Let's have a look at the stats for the post-battle damage here. So, Diablo and Forbidden coming top here on Utopia, Mojo, and then the next top person, DiNG, Positive. I'm happy to see that in my fantasy team. Shoku, mate, I'm really sorry. It's good you performed, but I actually swapped him out with Vala.
Well, Diablo and Forbidden, that's really actually rare occasion when you see those 2 up. And Diablo is also one of the guys that they're often exchanging on the maps.
Yeah.
So we will see, will that happen today or will he stay in a lineup all the time? But so far, Utopia playing admirably. But as I said already, this is a map they really play well. This is their strongest map. I don't know why DiNG really chose to play it, because Utopia is the only team with that kind of ratio on any map. I mean, 100%, come on both sides. They played 10 games so far. That's not 10 matches, that's 10 games. And they have 100%.
Yeah, this is pretty much their stomping ground. So this is where enemy teams come to die when they're playing Utopia. And here we see the first kill on Halknik.
This is that major mistake we were talking about, because there was no real cover for him. And the only way that could have gone well for DiNG is if they had some kind of cover fire. So they exchange 1-for-1 guys, so you can say, okay, it's not that bad. But this was just a freebie.
Yeah, the positioning there sitting on the hill, I mean, side armor, best armor. And I know like multiple shots are going to penetrate, but still sitting side onto somebody, it's never the best because you just give them an easier profile to shoot at. Utopia are just really here on cleanup duty at the moment, just finishing off the remaining tanks from DiNG. as we see Diablo coming in here to kill off Karitz. Positive gets dropped at the same time by Papa Palwin. And in the end, it was quite a comfortable victory there for Utopia.
Well, we will not say anything like DiNG also has really good record here. So in defense, they're 75% that they will be defending now. Also, DiNG is not a kind of a team you win one game and say, yeah!
Yes.
They often lose the first game. In these matches, they so many times lost the first one, and then you have to, with guys like this is a wrestling match. You have to take it until the last second. All the time, this.
It's a bit like a boxing match where they're just kind of testing the opponent's jab and then going, okay, that's his reach. Now we'll go in for the killing blow ourselves. So let's see if we can go into round 2 here and see the vehicle lineups. Now, Mojo.
Well, we've seen
Help
the
me out
mouse.
here.
We've seen mouse used before. I've suggested several ways that teams should actually use it. I mean, they mainly use him in hull down to approach the enemy lines and then clear it like that. But the later stage of the game is not something I liked, because mainly I would actually use him as a block, so people from the center cannot decap, and then you just force the action from the defender from the frontal side. I'm gonna draw it a bit later, so I'm explain. DiNG on other side, really classic lineup here, nothing specific to talk about.
Okay, so let's have a look here. So Utopia on the attack now, DiNG on the defense. Can Utopia make it 2-0? Or are DiNG going to bring it back to 1-1? Let's have a look as we jump into Muravanka. And Mojo, get the crayons out and show us what you want to show us here.
We're going to have to wait for a couple of seconds there, 5,
Wait till it
4 and a
starts.
bit more,
Oh,
because it
crayon
cannot
time.
go before that. Sorry about that, but this is how it goes.
Okay, show
We
us.
expect really mouse to go there on the top. I mean, there is no other way for them to really play from the forest. It's kind of risky. So what I would do if I was them, okay, of course you will position Artie here for best angles, and Grille should be somewhere in either this or this position here. But then, if you pressure a cap with some of the tanks here, I would really put a mouse like this, playing from there, because if that is going on, like the most often resets come from down here. They're just actually blind shooting it. So if a mouse is actually angled there, you have to come up close and personal, and that's the moment when all your budgets can actually apply damage. So you can see Milos is actually making this transition, so that part of the plan can happen. On other side, we have DiNG, who have an E5 as an anchor. His position is usually somewhere there. They have 1 or 2 mediums that can go and play angle from here, but that's just not enough, because from here you cannot really decap unless they peek around. So this will be a big clash in some moment, and it's going to be interesting. I mean, I was even thinking you even don't really need an artillery from Utopia. You could actually play with the tier 9 budgets and just put them together with mouse in that cap and just have a lot of other guys around covering it. That would be a really interesting strat to see. But I guess they're using Papapavian as scare factor. They're going to work with him in a couple of minutes.
I know, I was just thinking to myself, Daki's always praising Milos because Daki always puts Milos in his fantasy team. Daki will be cursing himself right now because Milos is in the mouse and is not going to be farming damage. Although the last time Milos played mouse, it was on Mines, and he was the last one alive in his team because they couldn't take him down, and he actually came top damage because he lived long enough to do damage.
I really wouldn't necessarily agree that you can not do damage here with mouse, because unless someone does a major mistake and just leaves mouse to die alone, like we've seen some teams misplay completely.
Yeah, I've seen E100s and stuff get just sacrificed in the cap circle.
We've seen here mouse left alone, like, for no reason. It's just foolish moves. But I don't think Utopia is that kind of a team to give a 3000 HP freebie for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Utopia here taking the mouse, DiNG. DiNG only had roughly about, what, not even 5 minutes before the battle started. About 3 minutes maybe as the tank selections are coming in to say, heck, guys, they're taking the mouse, what's their tactic now? And that's what I always love about these games. The teams don't know until the match starts, more or less. Like, pretty much the only time you know what the opponent's taking is when we get the players together in the lobby. And that's it. Then they have to formulate their tactics.
And that's right when the map starts here, so that's not really a lot of times. But it really gives them enough to think about it at least. But at the moment, DiNG is on defensive. I mean, they are defending map, but I don't think they're just defensive because of that. Because all the cards are in Utopia's hands, and it's just a question, how will they do it?
It really does look awesome with the camouflage from Utopia there, doesn't it?
Well, it's really blue.
It looks like it just looks like a monster. It looks like an absolute behemoth as it was meant to be in the battlefields, but it was so heavy you could never really use it historically properly.
I think historically he was not even able to drive on a road because everything would crumble under it.
Had to
and
be
especially the bridges. Bridges would kind of be an issue.
Had to be transported everywhere on trailers, and even the King Tigers and Tigers had to be the same as well. But I digress. Let's get back into focus here as we see Milos starting the camp here on Muravanka in the mouse. Ladies and gentlemen, tuning in, that is the tank you're seeing here. It is being used right now. Very bold tactic from Utopia. And how are DiNG going to counter this, Mojo?
Interesting thing is that they actually are using only Milos as the bait here. So they want them to attack him as a punching bag. There is no additional cap pressure here. They want someone to peek there. And all the other guys from Utopia are actually positioned down to catch whoever is trying to do that decap down.
Okay, so lovely camera work there, just spinning over the mouse. Everyone's showing the lovely graphics we have there. DiNG are going to take their time before they decide to go in, because once they commit, that's it. The battle's going to be started. The only thing that's a bit worrying me, Mojo, is that so many tanks are so far back here.
Koritz is doing a flanking maneuver through the forest. He's checking out, is there any trap? Can he do those decap shots? But let's not forget also, Koritz is a 1390. His load of shells are AP and APCR. I see listed out HE and they really don't matter. So it's really questionable. Can he even pen that?
As we were just saying, the rest of Utopia are really far back, Mojo. When they go in to reset the cap here, they can't really give covering fire, can they?
They will charge in, because to take out a mouse, you need to use a lot of those clips. But look now, 1390. He's connecting, but that's a mouse!
Boing! 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 Every shot going to come in and it's going to bounce.
Artie just missed on Mrakar. That's the moment when they will try to do something.
That's it. So here comes the push. Maraca's going to come around, try and get a shot into Milos to reset. He does get a reset. Great shot into the turret there. Milos misses his counter shot, although he was shooting at Mertorius there, not Maraca. Breakneck coming back. Oh, we see the shot coming in. There's an overlap. So Vilki takes out Karitz. There's the rest of the bad chats are going to come in here and try and take out Milos, but they're going to waste a lot of clips. So when the rest of Utopia come in, they're going to have all their guns ready. They're going to be fully loaded, and they're going to jump on DiNG like a ravaged dog.
It's going to be a huge fight here now. I think Shokish is going to try to kill Muka there, but he already took one, and this is the second shot he took by that TD. 1400 HP already lost, and he is annihilated by Forbidden. This is a good trap and good play by Utopia. Still, HP is almost the same, but Utopia has everything at motion.
So here comes the cavalry from Utopia as they start picking their shots out into DiNG. The overlap here on the hill. Shoku, Vilki and Bishu getting the gun line here. Hulknick's getting dropped. Positive's getting dropped. We already saw Shokus and Mertorius getting dropped there. As now we see Positive getting taken out. Now, Utopia strongly commanding position here. Milos was the bait. Milos was the trap set, and it's been sprung. Utopia now can just turn their guns on DiNG, take out what's left as Maraca is now getting shot at in the middle. Breakneck is able to get shots out for DiNG, but Utopia in a commanding position, Mojo.
It's a good display. This is finally, we can see Mouse played well on any map, especially on this one. This is, honestly, DiNG, if they wanted to deal with this, they should have dealt from it from the start, much more aggressive. Because sending Koritz to decap a mouse down, like what were they even thinking? Like the counterattack after that, they had no way to survive that. I mean, when you kill a mouse, you waste at least 2 or 3 tanks clipping on him.
You called it yourself. You said that, you know, the mouse is there. The rotation can come back in from Utopia. They've got plenty of time to come in because DiNG are going to spend so much time trying to take down the mouse. And in a way, I mean, would you say that it would have been better for DiNG just to go in, reset, and just leave the mouse at that stage? Or should he just commit to try and kill the mouse?
That's the problem now. Like, usually, you cannot leave a tank behind, but in this kind of game, I would actually do exactly that. I think when that E5 resetted him, they should have just left him and sought the fight with mediums. Completely ignore the grill, completely ignore the RT and mouse, and just try to catch off those butchats. Like, leave everyone behind and just deal with butchats.
Yeah.
E5 can stay there as an anchor, and he can be a victim for those, for artillery, for grill, and for a mouse. But if you kill the butchats, you won the game.
Yep. The reason that we're saying to leave the mouse is because it's so slow. Your bat chats, you can get in there, you can do your decap shots, you can get the hell away from it, and you can fight the remainder.
Already decapped.
Yeah, you can fight the rest of the bat chats that you know are going to be coming in. Like the charge of the light brigade, you saw them coming rolling over that hill, and they're just like pa-toom, 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 pa-toom.
And they already spotted that butchats are down. Koritz, while he was dying, that was a good info.
Yeah.
But also the call probably came by him to go up, so that was his major mistake. I mean, Utopia, They did everything perfect on this map. The only way DiNG would have won here is to make a different choice here, just not to commit up, just to go down and ignore this, but they didn't. So it's 2-0 for Utopia. Well played.
Very, very well played. Let's have a look at the post-battle stats and have a look at the damage done there from the teams. Maraka coming top there and DiNG in the E5, so he was brawling, doing what he can, but when the fight started, Utopia's Batchats are not going to focus him. They're going to focus the other Batchats, so Maraka has plenty of time to get shots out himself. Muka coming top there for Utopia and the Gorilla, but then we have Vilki and we have Forbidden next from Utopia and Batchats. Hulknik, and then, what do you want to show us, Mojo? How many shots? Oh, wow, okay.
Milos has 2.7k blocked damage, guys. So, in order to kill him, they had to waste almost 6,000 worth of damage just for one tank. And there you can see why they lost, because they actually had nothing to shoot any more of the other tanks when they
so
came.
Much. It's like almost it's like a boxer tiring himself out.
Don't forget, one of the guys who had 4 shells, he died. Shokish had 4 shells.
Look at
he
this.
took one from TD. He took another one from TD later. And he got finished off by Forbidden.
So many lines coming into Milos and the damage not
Look
coming
at this.
down.
Everyone was on reload.
Yep. And this is it. First, Matorius gets picked off with the gun line here, the crossfire. Then Bishu and Shoku come over. Then Hulknik and Positive. Positive gets taken out by Muka here, but Hulknik was the next one being focused. Shoku gets taken out here, I believe, by Maraka coming over the hill. And Vilki then comes over to kill Maraka. By this stage, it's all but done. Utopia completely in the driving seat here. Commanding win. We always say if a team can take 2 battles at the start, if they can go 2-0, it's super important. So, can they do it on the next one? It's going to be steps.
That's a tough one because you need a lot of aggressive play on steps here. And again, both teams have really high record here, but now DiNG has 100% here.
Wow, okay.
But much less game placed.
Let's have a look then at the lineups and see the vehicles that we're going to see being used here. Now, is that, Mojo, an Object 430?
Yes, it's an Object 430. Now, Utopia played really similar lineups several times, but I would say this time in attack, they are just kicking the Grille for one more Batchat, and they're taking Object 430 instead of T62A. Now, why are they doing that? I believe because they didn't perform that well with Grilla last time, and also they need more rotation. Also, Object 430 is a decent armor tank, also smallest of the Russian tanks, so if you want to squeeze someone in a cap, if you must, he would be the best choice.
Okay, so we're getting ready to go into the battle here, ladies and gentlemen. It's Utopia 2, DiNG 0. Who's going to win this one? Let's find out as we jump into steps. Okay, so can Utopia take it 3-0, or are DiNG going to bring one back to make it 2-1? If this could go something like 4-0, Mojo, that would be insane. We'd be like, oh, gods can bleed, as DiNG take a losing round there, a losing battle.
It would be a blast for this season. I would like actually, I mean, I still think DiNG can come back into this game. They're experienced enough. If Utopia gives them even an inch, they will take it. Korit doing the climb from the first, so they already have that, but that's expected. I'm really hoping that I will see some artists someday just blind shot with a good timing there and punish someone, because timing is always the same. You can time it, you can just watch on a clock.
That's what I was saying earlier on in the previous map here when we had steps. I was saying that if you just watch it and you know that, like, 9 minutes and 20 seconds, that's where a tank's going to be, just get the shot, get the shell to land there and you'll connect. It'll be a great blind shot.
He will always be in the same area, and you don't even have to do a direct. It's enough to like splash him, track him. He might even fall off.
Him, slide off, when he's tracked, because he doesn't have the positioning. So DiNG taking a defensive area along the top here. They are on defense, obviously, so they can afford to sit back and let Utopia come to them. Now, Utopia, already they have somebody in that area where we saw in previous rounds tanks struggling to get into.
Honestly, this kind of defense by DiNG, I don't really like it against artillery. It can really be a problematic one. We've seen already 1-1-3s in these positions, and we know that they can actually press them. Papa Pavian has a splash in that M40. That is not a Lorraine RT. but if they play cautiously enough, they will be safe. Now, Mrakar is always trying to peek to see someone actually coming there to rush him, because that will give a valuable info to his team, but also that's in danger because RT can hit him then. At the moment, Utopia playing much more compact here, so they're not really susceptible to any kind of a big counter-attack. And Shuku is already joining Muka because they are reading well what this thing is doing at the moment.
So Muka covering across into this middle road. I was just wondering if Breakneck is going to knock down that tree and give away his position or not. It has to be very careful with his positioning, as we see Karitz just giving some additional cover on the other side. Has to be careful he doesn't get caught with the counter rotation.
Pavian, you need to kind of wait for other people to spot this. Shuku is not spotted, but this is really risky play. Why is Arti so close?
Shoku spotted, Muka spotted, Papa Power not spotted yet, but Breakneck might rush in and take that if he can. Karitz gets killed there by Muka as he tries to run away. Shoku's still lit. Vilki getting lit as well as they're going to come in. There's no counterplay at the moment. Breakneck is spotted, you know where he is, but Papa Pound's okay, but there's a flank coming in the top, Mojo.
There is a big push now coming from DiNG. They know they have an overmatch. They must use it now because later they will lose any possibility to come back in the game. Losing that light is an important deal because they don't have anyone boosted anymore.
Okay, so we see Breakneck and Positive leading the charge here as Milos is backing off and trying to run away. He's going to be saying to the rest of his teammates, mates, help. Bihu covering up there. He's in that position that was so vital earlier on in the previous map when we saw the teams holding that position, causing a real pain in the rear end, basically. Forbidden getting himself caught. He's getting shot at. Milos is still doing what he can. Positive getting absolutely wrecked here in DiNG as the rest of Utopia come charging back in to help Milos. Milos is at the front tanking all the shots, saying to his teammates, help, they're coming over. As we see Milos finally dropping, but at what cost? As DiNG are losing health everywhere right now, and the advantage is still strongly in Utopia's favour.
Absolutely brilliant play by Utopia, reading DiNG as an open palm. Like, they have all the cards in the game. They have the positions, they have the guns, but DiNG has temporarily some advantage here, but Bihu being here behind them, they need to press on more, because before he starts shooting them in the back again.
Bihu, as soon as he comes off reload, is going to start getting clips into his team. Muka getting focused by Meritoris. Forbidden on a reload as well, can't help him. As we Shoku on a reload as well. Right now, Utopia's guns in a dangerous position as they're stuck on reloads, and the single shooters of DiNG are starting to clear up. But here's Bihu on the reload. He has no shots though, they're all round the corner. He potentially had one in Shokus. He needs to come down, run in there and help his teammates all reloading. It's starting to go back in DiNG's favour. DiNG are starting to take this one back against Utopia. Utopia's tanks were caught on reloads. They didn't get away to a safe area, and now DiNG are all bunched up, but they're able to cover each other.
This is a now great display here by DiNG. Like, it looked like everything was perfect for Utopia, all the damage and positioning. But I would say Bihu was just not there on time. He did not read his timing well when they were just abandoning his position, and he's now alone with Arti with dead Amorek. And it is so hard to win this. Almost impossible. Probably impossible.
So a missed shot coming out there from Bihu. If he'd got that into Breakneck, that would have perhaps turned the tide of that battle. But instead, DiNG with a great regrouping there into that fight for Utopia. It really looked against them, but Utopia just couldn't pull their backchats out safely to an area where they could reload without being surrounded. And in the end, it was the single shooters of DiNG, Mojo, that gave them some real trouble.
Utopia, I think they planned really well this game. I think they even played it really well, but they failed in this last moment of the brawl. DiNG just outplayed them player by player. That's the main issue here, because there should be no way to lose a fight like that. They had all the position, greeting DiNG coming in, but DiNG just made better decisions how to group up, who to focus. They even risked, they took entire clip from Bihu in the back. Just, it wasn't enough.
Yeah, when Bihu came off the reload, he just couldn't get, there was, I think, one of the 113s. He just couldn't get that, I think it was probably the gun depression was causing him the problems. You could see him rocking on the edge. He just couldn't get that shot in, and that could have been a vital shot. But, I mean, fantastic play from DiNG to come back from that, because that really looked like Utopia.
I saw them dead. I already saw them dead. By positions, by everything, they should have lost it.
The sweep was coming in from Utopia. It looked strong. You had the additional gun support. Milos was just sitting there going, ow, 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 ow.
There must be some serious problem in connections from Utopia that they bounced on some crucial shells. Because a lot of the guys were on one shot. And I guess that's the crucial point, how they managed to save their guns. And Utopia just didn't connect all the shots they needed to.
Utopia in that fight, at the end, they only had the 3 backchats and the Lorraine, and all 3 backchats were on reload. They could do nothing, and no matter which way they went round to try and hide, you had the 2 113s in there who were just chipping away their healths, and really vital. So
great play by Mrakar again, I would say.
Yeah, Really great play from DiNG, and a really hard fought win there that time against Utopia. So let's have a look at the post-battle stats and see where all the damage came from. Mertorius there in the 113, then Bihu from Utopia, then Maraka in the 113. So those single shooters were vital. I mean, 12 shots and 13 shots. They picked up 5 kills between them, Mojo.
Well, this is not something you actually see often, but in this case, 113s took a complete carry on an open map. Bihu, who was shooting from the back, obviously top damage dealer here for Utopia, but that was just not enough. Really close game.
Really close game, and brilliant play from those 113s to really step up for DiNG and do the damage when everyone was down. Poor Papa Powan here in the M40, M43 with only a middle of splash damage there, Mojo.
Well, Papa Pavian rendered useless. Also, Vielki not doing that much in that object 430.
I've never seen an object on 430 really perform here.
It's almost the same as every Russian, of course, but he's just a bit shorter and has a different slope in the front. It looks more like a triangle in the front.
Yeah. So let's have a look at the highlights, Mojo, and let's see where everything just went wrong for Utopia here.
Well, this is the first moment when Koritz gets caught off, and this is a brilliant moment here by Utopia. And now they don't have enough shells. And this is the approach. Look at this. There is not enough damage done to the proper tanks of DiNG. So you have Miloš there who is getting caught off, but the clippers of DiNG are not damaged that much, nor are the 113s. It looked really well in one moment, but by that time, those clippers of Utopia just didn't have enough shells to finish it off.
That small bit of damage there from Papa Powin was a kill on Meritorious at the end there, when Meritorious got taken out. So Papa Powin's small bit of damage comes there from, getting a kill at the end there. So great play by DiNG. Really good play to come back into that. That was a hell of a brawl there that they had, and a lot of individual skills. Now, let's have a look at the lineups, and a question I want to ask you here, Mojo, is can we see the Object 430 work again?
Well, Object 430, this time in DiNG's side. Well, there's something hinted here because all these guys are using it lately. Maybe they're even practicing one against another, who knows. But Utopia playing a really rotational force here. So last time we saw them here, they played with 3 113s. They chose again one more Batchat, so faster lineup. And DiNG here is a complete enigma for us because they didn't play much steps. They have only 3 games with 100% win rate so far, even kept. So RU 251, that's a good spotter for the start. FV heavy, 113 FV heavy for support and 113 to push forward, and they can even use that 430 for the cap. So there is an overall setup by DiNG. They can do whatever they want with it.
Okay, so round 2 here on steps. Utopia 2, DiNG 1. Is it going to be 2-2 or is it going to be 3-1 Utopia? Let's find out, Mojo, as we can jump straight into action here. Match starts. Boom! How's this one going to go?
Well, we all hope that Utopia will maybe get some more games here because they need them. DiNG, when they're starting to come back in a game, they're really relentless and ruthless. So far, DiNG is trying just to prevent with aggressive spotting that no one climbs on A2 position because that's a nasty one when someone manages to do it. And you can't really do much about light tank climbing here. You really can't intercept it without suiciding half of the team or having an RT.
Papa Powin doing what he can here to get himself up into that position, as we see the rest of DiNG, the rest of Utopia taking up a northern position, similar to what DiNG did in the previous round, and DiNG taking similar positions to what Utopia had in the previous round.
Most of the teams were really banning steps all the time in the start of the season. They really didn't know how to deal with those climbs and what the meta will bring about the map. But currently, this is what most of the guys are doing now. They're cutting these lines here and they're making defense around it. And look at this. This is so similar defense to like what DiNG did against them.
And the interesting thing is here is DiNG have barely played steps. They've only played it 3 times. Five including these 2 matches, really. And Utopia played it 8, so 10 times including these matches. Utopia were on 100% win ratio here.
I think it's on 100%.
So, now DiNG trying to get a bit of pressure going here over onto the number 2 cap, as we see Positive just taking a little shot there for sticking his face out and getting shot at. Forbidden behind this nice bit of cover there. Milos is also taking shots. Muka getting absolutely annihilated as he roll over and want to eliminate him. Mertorius is perhaps overcommitted, but it looks like he might want to try and use Muka's wreckage once he kills him here as cover. But Mertorius, at what cost? You're stuck now.
Shell. He didn't pen the shell, and Muka just moved away and made him still take the damage. But look at the amount of shots coming in.
Shockish now rolling over to try and take the same position, but now he's getting shot at. Now Muka and Dibel have both dropped on Utopia. Shockish is now over here in the FV for DiNG, as DiNG are taking lots of damage down in their team as well. Utopia are trying to get focused fire in, but Milos and Forbidden are getting caught out. They're slightly higher up than the rest of the team, and they don't have additional coverage to get down. They're trying to focus Mertorius, but Mertorius is in just a slightly depressed position where they can't get shots at him.
Shuko looks like a lot out of the game here, and Mary is still alive. It's unbelievable. I mean, I don't think he will be there for long, but still, Milos and Forbidden are pretty much stuck here while Mary is alive. Breakneck has to go for the reload, that's obvious, but it really looks Shuko can be in a problem now. If he doesn't have shells, he will die.
So Mertorius still hanging in there as Milos and trying to get shots into him as well. Now, positive trading shots here with Shoku as Maraka finally kills Milos in that position. Maraka comes over to deal with Forbidden as well. Mertorius might actually get a killing shot here, which he does as Forbidden gets his attention drawn two ways.
2 HP! Look at Korit!
Korit hanging in there on the RU-251 as Maraka gets the kill on Shoku as well. So, DiNG coming back into this one. 2-2, Mojo. That one was over quite quickly.
That was quite a clash between these two. I mean, we've seen in a lot of the games lately, with even Oops playing, Go Hard, and all these better teams, once they try to bite something, they really go for it. But you often see guys surviving on one shot like this, on some fraction of HP. They know how to preserve each other and make themselves useful all over the game. That's the difference between really great teams and the ones that are not so good, because they really know to calculate their odds.
Iron Jesus is on your side, he's on your side. So, surviving with 2 HP in the end there.
That's a trivia, that's in like kind of interesting. But overall, you could see in one moment 5 or 6 guys from DiNG on about 200 HP each,
yeah,
but they were all alive.
That push over the rail started the entire fight, and things went crazy from there on. So, let's have a look at the damage done in that battle and see where it all came from. Positive, good to see you top damage there, mate, because you're in my fantasy team. Shoku, not so great to see. Well, great to see Shoku doing well. 2nd damage. I did drop Shoku from my team. Sorry, mate. Sorry. Swapped him actually with Vala, I believe. Maraka, Papa Powan doing okay there. Milos in the 113. But yeah, a tale of 2 bat chats really here at the top, Mojo.
Gonna be a rough trench story here. Probably the second page as usually will let us see what were the mistakes. So far we can see these guys doing damage. Deeble, not so much. 774 there. Kori is even outdoing him in that RU-251. So look at this. 4 of these guys from Utopia are practically down on the bottom.
And in fairness, the object was on the front page. So let's have a look at the highlights, Mojo. Break us down what we saw here.
Well, this is a great push here. I mean, this is interesting moment here. Mary actually surviving here. I mean, he didn't hit Muka. I'm really expecting he will be annihilated by the rest of the team, but they saw easier targets on the rail and they took them. So Mary actually stayed alive when he was supposed to be dead long ago.
And at this stage, I thought it was going to be over for DiNG because I thought Mertorius was going to get shot out, and I thought the FV of Shockish was going to get taken out really quickly, but they survived long enough to be able to give the rest of their team to come over and get additional shots. And, I mean, Milos and Forbidden were just stuck. They had nowhere to go, and perhaps had that object and the FE gone down quicker, they would have been okay. But they were, I mean, you had the train tracks, and then you had where they were, which is an almost like level position with the train tracks. So anyone peeking up over the train track had clear shots onto them.
Yes, but they would have a clear shots on them either, but it's just the moment because they lost all kind of other support, so they were pretty much alone. Shuku was far away on the other side, that's what I said. He was just sniping with Butshot from there, so that's nice. He can do some shots, but not all the shots.
Okay, so we've had Muravanka, we've had Steps. Now we're going to be going to Ghost Town. How does this one fare? Let's have a look at the lineups and see the vehicles that were going to be used here. Now, Mojo, 3 E100s from Utopia.
Yeah, Utopia is starting to play really heavy on Ghost Town. I actually like this. This lineup is really strong because you can go for a brawl, you have a lot of HP, and you have some clipping power and rotation with these butchats and so on. I would say this is an interesting one because Utopia has a really decent attack here, about 62%, but overall for DiNG here is 80%. That's quite a hefty map for them. They're really dealing here well. And Ghost Town, as we've said many times before, can bring to a lot of teams 2 games in a row, not just 1. But so far, both Murovanka and Steps were here like that.
So yeah, heavy lineup here from Utopia with 3 E100s. It'll be really good to see how they get this to come into their favour. And then 4 autoloaders coming around as well. I can't wait to see this one, Mojo. I really want to see just how much damage the E100s can take. So, Ghost Town, Utopia, DiNG, all square. Who's going to take it 3-2? Let's find out. Okay, now something we didn't mention there, Mojo, is DiNG's got a Scorpion on defense.
Yes, we didn't have time. Scorpion will probably be boosted somewhere there on A1 because with that gun, that's a gun on Ride Metal Borsig, more or less, and he's just a faster and taller version. He can do the decaps from there and cover for his team. So for a tier 8, he can do really well. Also, I'm really interested actually to see, can he do it on his own? Is he fast enough? Can Mrakar just climb on his own? But this is a really aggressive approach also from Utopia.
Well, it looks like Maraca's going up there on his own right now. As you can see him at B2, B3 area going up for that climb. The rest of the tanks set up a defensive position. Quite a strong push out from DiNG to try and see what they can do. Nicely done there by Maracas. That's something that's been well practiced before as he gets up there with ease. And
nice boy. Sorry to interrupt here, but
no.
we have a couple of guys coming in here from the lower side. Utopia made a good choice that it is too hot to attack there on J line. It's too well covered, so they are just going to focus around the E100s and that kind of pressure. Now those guys can really enter this cap, but the crossfire from DiNG now can really hurt them.
So sorry for that awkward dead air, Mojo. I was trying to desperately wave you on at the same time as hit the mute button to stop me burping very loudly on stream. So a bit awkward as I was trying to flail behind me to find the button. But okay, we can see positioning here. Milos takes a shot, driving across the E100, but positive from Mertorius, so the first one's getting shot in return from DiNG. Here we're going to get a fight on the corner, Mojo, as Forbidden and Milos pushing out. Papa Powan getting destroyed there in his E1 as he looks to be the sacrificial lamb for Utopia taking the hits first. Bihu want to come around to get a shot to Mertorius. So trades are already happening, not in an area where we would normally see a fight, Mojo.
Look at these 50Bs running away instantly, like their movements are almost perfect. And we see Breakneck in the corner with a dead commander, but still alive. Shuko and the guys will actually have to come on foot and take him out. But these E100s, look at this.
So Forbidden's going to come around here, get a shot into Positive. Positive's reloaded, so we're going to get clip out. As we see Bihu and Shoku taking out Breakneck and eliminating him from the side. The shot's coming right into Positive as he gets annihilated by the 2 E100s coming around there. Muka taking a massive bounce off the front of his tank there as he's going to start getting shots into Hulknick, who's stuck in between him and Papa Powan. Papa Powan's on a reload. All he can do now is basically draw the attention of Hulknick and block him, saying, no wait, I'm going to hold you up for my E100 to shoot. As he does that, great play from Papa Powan, preventing Hulknick from running away there. Muka's going to come in and shoot him in the back here. Hulknick, you're not going to get... Oh, actually, he might get away from this, Mojo.
He might, he's just slow enough, but still, this is such an advantage for Utopia. These mastodons are kind of hard to deal with. And now you have Shokish and Hulknick here on corner. They're trying to push each other away. Oh, there's enemy on both sides. That's the problem.
Hulknick's like, Shokish, help! Shokish is like, don't go that way, mate. There's 2 of them. So Shokish has got a tracking shot on Muka. He's going to come round behind him and try and pick him off. But you see Bihu coming round here to help him out. Maraka's trying to get shots into Shoku. He's been stuck up in that hill, not being able to commit to the rest of the battle. As the E100's doing what they can here. These guys are juggernauts. These guys are dominating this battle. And they're just wiping the floor of DiNG, saying, this is our battlefield. This is our town. Beat it, lads.
Man, from Avengers, this is like Hulk versus, what's the name
it's
of
like
Hulk
Hulk versus Loki.
Hulk versus Loki. Puny little god.
Yeah.
they really wiped the floor with them here. And there's nothing more to say here.
Forbidden just going, boom! I want some Scorpions to finish me off.
March of the E100s. I mean, it was really cute. They fired on those T54 tier 9s, but it was really so not important because once those E100s came into the play, they just didn't stop.
But wait, I mean, as you and Dak have said, you take the E1s, they're there to get a clip off and die. Now at the start of the battle,
but 3 of them together, you need to stand and take a shot from them. Man, they take out entire tank in one platoon.
Utopia had 2 E1s, and the E1s did great. It's like, okay, you've shot at the E1s, we've still got the 3 E100s, boys. And it's like, oh yeah.
Really a lot of health, a lot of gunpowder here, and DiNG just didn't have any good crossfire to deal with it. It doesn't look like DiNG is dealing well with German tanks here.
No.
The Germans are overpowered. No. Like on Murovanka, that mouse was definitely too strong for them also.
The Germans. Yeah, so let's have a look and see just how much damage the E100s did here. Find out who comes out on top. Oh, actually, taxi for Murphy is the 2 bad chats, Biku and Shoku.
Yeah, they're doing their jobs. They were just flanking when no one was paying attention to them, doing the side shots, full clips, while E100s were just, but look at this, 3 E100s right behind, like top 5, yeah. Come on.
Top 5 all coming in from Utopia. A very, very dominating play from Utopia. I'm pretty sure this is a favourite setup from Utopia, something they're going to get a lot of use out of, a very, very strong tactic for them.
Vielki, who was kind of caught out first, wow, he got really wrecked. Like, he didn't even fire a shot.
Yeah, he was there to take this. That was, as I was saying, they're like a distraction in a way. It's like, okay.
I don't think he wanted to be this distractive.
Okay, I want to get some shots. Let's have a look at the highlights and just see watching these E100s just rip through DiNG here.
This is really important moment and good read by them, because once they took out all those shots from 50Bs and they had to run away, they swooped in and secured the flank by killing Breakneck. That was ultra important, because then they could make some kind of a front line and fight with those E100s in a line.
And you can see all the bounces coming off of Milos there. He bounced one at the start of the fight, he bounced one at the end. This is a great shot here from Forbidden. This is lining up the shot on the other tank that he just comes around, boom, long distance shot from the E100. So, now, let's have a look at the lineups and see if anything's going to change here, or we'll just have a look and see if Utopia are more than happy with the same tanks.
I would say there is no need for a change after a successful game like this. I mean, not that they knew that it will go like this, but still, why change the good recipe? DiNG on the other side, playing with that I7 so they can place him in a cap, but not against this build, really. 350Bs for some rotation. That T10 can also go in a cap with that I7. I mean, it's going to be a problem for DiNG, actually, because 50Bs have APCR ammo. It's not like a 57 that can pen them easily.
I think right now DiNG are probably thinking to themselves, oh God, not again. As Utopia quite clearly saying, guys, we're coming looking for you and we want a fight. We're gonna take it right to you with this lineup like we just did before.
Well, the Germans are humming again. It's gonna be a stompish one. I mean, we already see they kind of stick together with those E100s.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see, is DiNG able to make a good crossfire now and maybe deal with them. Honestly, they really need to deal with Bachats first.
Okay, so let's jump into the action here on Ghost Town. Can Utopia take it 4-2 against DiNG and be actually be the second team to take 4 battles from DiNG, or are DiNG going to bring it back to 3-3? So when we have 3 mediums module, it's called a wolf pack. We've got 3 E100s. Is this more of a hippo pack?
Wow, elephant pack, German pack.
Elephant pack, yeah. I mean, this is not what you want to drive around the corner and see.
Oh, March of the E100s. Well, we've seen 6 of them so far on Himmelsdorf by Legend, and it worked really nicely, honestly. But so far, DiNG is doing the classic thing. They're standing Breakneck there in the defilade to spot out and maybe make some attention. And Shuku is spotting the other guys on the opposite team. So far, straight for the cap by Utopia.
Okay, so rushing into the cap circle, perhaps taking advantage of the fact that Utopia got some slow-moving tanks, but once those tanks get up there, this is going to be an absolute hell in a cell match right in the middle of the map here, as Utopia are going to bring all their guns to bear, but there's a couple of sneaky flanking coming on from DiNG here.
Breakneck is in a serious problems here at the moment. Bihu is right behind him, and there is so many tanks. But the cap is on, but it's already decapped.
So 20 seconds down, they need to start getting shots into other tanks. Shoku trying to get shots into Crease, but Shoku got wrecked as he poked his head around that corner. Shoku's almost dead, but we see Breakneck getting killed there for DiNG. So DiNG have lost the first tank here. The E100 is starting to come around here as we see Positive and Maraka are going to be the focus of them, but Diabo's already wrecked, he's down, so Utopia have lost the E100. Damage going right now in DiNG's favour as Utopia's health is dropping. Milosh is almost down in his E100. Shoku's still hanging in there on 66 health, but Papa Powen in the E1's been dropped. Milosh is getting shot again. DiNG are actually taking control of this mojo and they're making their shots count.
They are reloading now, but they're all alive with those crucial tanks, as I said already, while Utopia is kind of lacking on those clippers now. Shuku is barely alive here, and so are the other guys. So DiNG will come in with a vengeance now.
So an E100 there, one of the E100s from Utopia had to kill Positive there in the IS-7 on 17 health. That is a hugely wasted shot. It's such a shame they had to do that. DiNG are on clear-up duty right now. They're just picking off what's remaining of Utopia, and DiNG are actually going to take this one back, and it's going to go 3-3. So if there was ever likely a tiebreaker, it was going to come from Utopia, realistically, Mojo.
This is as tight as it gets. I mean, it was really interesting game. I was actually hoping for a better push from Utopia now. When I saw Bihu behind Breakneck, I thought they will take him out for free. But the cap pressure was real. They had to come in strong and they could not really tiptoe around it. They could not send one guy because that would just be a suicide. So they came in, they hoped for the best possible solution for them, but DiNG was prepared. This time they had a better game.
So, well played to DiNG. Utopia is out their stall and says, we want to fight again, and DiNG just basically went, woohoo, and hit him with the old sucker punch there. Utopia getting drawn into the cap circle and getting flanked quite comfortably there, and a really nice play from DiNG.
Short games here on Ghost Town, big fights here coming in, and I really enjoyed every second of it because you could see some action all the time, not a non-stop happening of nothing that sometimes we witness.
That bit at the end there, so you have it was Positive in IS-7 just sitting there beside the cap circle, and I looked at 17 health. I thought he was already dead, he wasn't. He's sitting there 17 health. He had the 2 E100s, and it must have been so frustrating because they know they had to shoot him, and the minute they shot him, one of the other E100s instantly got like hit by another 2 tanks.
The thing is that DiNG hit their clippers really well here, so they were doing their shots from the side while they were not punished back. And they were focusing a lot of fire on the I-7, on the T10, which were honestly completely unimportant tanks in this battle. I mean, they were a good bait, as E100 would be.
It was a well-played bait,
but
bait.
Once you lose your point tanks and those 50Bs start reloading and running away, and they just come back and finish you off. So that's the problem. Like in this kind of game, Utopia would need to find a solution how to deal with those 50Bs, but they had none because those tanks are too slow. E100s cannot chase them around.
Yeah, so let's have a look at the post-battle stats and see where the damage came from this time. As we see Hulknick and AMX 50B, fantastic damage there from 9 shots doing 3,200 damage.
Well, we also see Shokish there, also on 50B, and even Mary on that first page. So that's the proper solution. Also Koritz, who was sitting in that tier 9 on cap as a clipper, also right there. So I'm even surprised that Positive actually managed to connect all those shots.
Now Mucka from 5 shots did 2,900 damage there. Doing quite okay in the E100, but as I was saying, Positive in that IS-7 was able to hang on for as long as he could, and he was able actually to get 6 damage on the board there when he was right in the middle of all those E100s. So great play for him for surviving so long. Diabo was the first E100 that was focused down, and he actually did no damage, Mojo, and only managed to get 2 shots off.
This is really bad actually for them, and one of the main reasons probably they lost like that. Also Papapavian getting wrecked in that tier 9. I think last time we were watching, who was playing that? Vielki? Vielki also did 0 on that tier 9.
Here we see now, so watch Diabo, he's already down he's the one being focused right now. He does nothing here in this battle. Now Positive is already down 700. Now watch how long he manages to survive in the battle. We're at 830 here.
It's not only that, but look at Koritz. Koritz is still alive on a cap and still clipping them from the side. Also look Meritorious and Halknik and Shokish. They're doing their shots all the time, while they're just dealing with 2 tanks in a corner, T10 and IS-7. I don't think that was the best solution for them.
Now Milosh was able to get the kill into Positive, but then Milosh died straight after it, and realistically Positive was doing nothing at that stage. He couldn't really do anything. The E100 had already kind of overextended and got themselves stuck into that corner, and the crossfire from the autoloaders directly opposite was really good play. The tanks came around the top, and the autoloaders were down here, so they could get some great crossfire into them.
I would say maybe they should have waited for Bihu a bit to go from another side and just keep decapping these guys after their first decap and just try to deal with 50 Bs, but we can be smart as we want. After the game is done.
Yep.
And we are on the next map.
As we always say, hindsight's 20/20. You can always look back and see how you could have done some things easier and better, but when you're in the heat of the moment, it's not so easy to make those decisions. Now, we're all square at 3-3. We've had some really quick matches right now. Even though it's 3-3, it's been some really close matches. Great to see the teams tied. The next map is very well known for having quick matches. Let's have a look at Mines, ladies and gentlemen, with the lineups. Mojo, break us down. What are we going to see here?
We're not going to see Mines, we're going to see Mines.
Mines! Mines. Yes.
Utopia here on defense. They're pretty well playing it decently, 60% overall, both sides. This kind of defense is well known. You have a 49, you don't need really an RT if you want to focus on lower cap. You have Grille. Only difference here, they have an FV heavy. So we're going to see how they actually plan to use against DiNG. DiNG, as usual, playing without RT here. Tier 9 Skoda, T10. So they can pressure both kinds of caps, but these guys are more positional tanks that are just controlling the ground. Now, what's interesting here is that DiNG really doesn't have the best attack here on this map.
Okay.
So they're like 30% plus. We've seen them fail
Wow.
a lot of times. Even Rusty Roster wrecked them, if you remember, with RT
Yeah.
and a lot of other teams. They just crashed and broke their teeth there. We also seen Positive fail the climb sometimes, but Ducky taught him in the meantime.
Okay, so let's jump into Mines here. 3-3. Who's going to go ahead? Let's find out.
Mines, a small summertime map with lots of hills, rocks and other cover. The teams start the battle in the usual locations, but the base locations are different. One is located in the bottom part of the village and the other one is in the water. One of the key objectives is the center hill. That's why the teams will often select fast vehicles and tanks with strong turrets for cover.
See, is at the start of the video there, Mojo. Mines. Okay, so DiNG on the attack, Utopia on the defense. Are we going to get a good old fight in the hill? It looks like Utopia being a bit more...
No, Utopia is not going to
passive.
take the hill thing, but Bihu is trying to boost. It's going to be...
Oh, no!
No, he's not. No,
A little
he's
bit
not.
overextension here
Back
as he
to the
slides
scoop.
off the
Oh,
side.
Breakneck's gonna fall.
And then Shockish
Ooh,
nearly.
lucky boy, he lost no HP.
Nice switching from the camera there to capture both climbs. Nice camouflage there from DiNG as that Shockish just blinds in with the rocks there.
I mean, it's a really important moment that they actually Breakneck lost no HP, because last time we see a DiNG guy fail a climb there, it was positive and he lost 1400.
Oh,
What is with Gravity
He
and
wasn't making
Utopia,
it.
guys?
Forbidden wasn't making that one either as we come off
There
it.
we
Now,
go, Bihu, much better here now.
but he's going to get shot. That's the danger now.
DiNG is not really actively spotting this. This is highly surprising. They're just... But they don't know that no one
Yeah,
made the climb.
yeah, that's true.
And Bihu is safe, and he's like, yes, home, safe.
Forbidden trying his one again, so he can get himself up there. He is spotted by Mertoris there.
But that is not important. They have no artist, so his job here is just to proxy. And this is a control ground we were talking about. You can put a TVP here either, but 113 suits well also. And DiNG, as usual, is playing the active attack on the hill.
So Mucka getting shot there and Shoku getting shot there. So Utopia have had some damage across to their tanks. Nothing into DiNG yet, so health pool advantage slightly with DiNG when it comes to shots traded, but no real action happening. This is quite a slow start to Mines as the teams position for each other, try and feel each other out and just see where tanks are sitting. I'm pretty sure, however, DiNG are going to know fine well that Utopia's grill is
There
going
is
to
a
be
climb
sitting
coming in from DiNG here. No, he's just checking in. Is there anyone spotting him? And he just saw Miloš. Now Miloš is in that really precise and fast shooting FV heavy. We've seen a lot of guys take stuff like Mouse, E100, Tier 9 American there, whatnot. And I don't know, FV is kind of a first time here. I'm really surprised they're actually using it, because in the case of a serious push, it's not like he will survive that there long. We've seen Kazan use an E100 there really successfully.
Okay, so Shockish now going to perhaps do the boost after Breakneck spotted out. Nope, he's stopped and countered as well. So they're checking their run because they know that they have Miloš down there being spotted, Maraka above him being able to give him vision as Hulknick drops down the backside of the hill as well. So a rotation coming round Mojo. Is he going to be going middle or is he going to be going island?
Hulknick, he can even replace Meritorious there on a flank. But it looks like they just want to make a crossfire with him on a hill. So he's going to join Mrakar and we're gonna see how they actually plan to use Shokish and Breakneck here. I guess Shokish is just buying attention here, so Breakneck could do just this, and this is a key and really important moment here now.
Breakneck driving up the hill but taking out a tree, not always the best thing to do when you're trying to go into position and don't want somebody to notice you.
Shuk was taking a shot after shot there on the island really carelessly, and it looks like Koritz is actually doing the shooting all the time.
So positive, just giving additional covering fire, just baiting Shoku to come backwards here, as we see Vilki and Muka further south of Shoku there on the lower island.
Well, these guys are now trenched up, and it's all about action on Breakneck. Like, what will this guy do? He's a really young player here, one of the youngest in the league we have, but most talented for sure. We will see now, can he apply pressure to Milos maybe and punish him for position there? Can he do some shots freely? Because other than Milos, I don't think there is anyone in position actually to deal with it.
Misses first one, misses the second one. Milos does a snapshot back at him and gets him. Forbidden's going to be lining up a shot here, just baiting Breakneck to come out a little bit more so he can get his shot off. Forbidden has to hold his nerve and just wait for that more perfect shot, because it's not a great shot, a gun for long range on the T49, but if it connects, it will do brutal damage on that Batchat.
Well, Breakneck actually chased him off, and we can see another Batchat climb down up while we were watching that. So DiNG has a total of 2 guys on the mountain.
So Shokish following Breakneck here to take commanding position, and DiNG are just slowly closing the grasp here on Utopia, getting much stronger map coverage of them, and at some point DiNG's just going to sweep over, pick out their targets and say, okay guys, this one first, this one second, and then let's just go for it.
Papapavian here waiting. Will someone spot for him a target up? Because on his own he really has to be careful. They can blind shoot his position easily. That's why he's clinging to this mountain like there is nothing else in this world, because any other angle they can just fire a couple of shots and he would not even see who is doing the shooting. Koritz joining the forces here, so they're completely abandoning any idea of island push. This is a moment where Utopia can be in a problem, because if DiNG does a push like Rage Quit does sometimes, you remember how they push from the hill, they can take out Forbidden and Milos, maybe lose 1 tank in the process, but they will still have 2 guys on a hill, which will make any kind of rotation from Utopia through the center impossible.
Okay, so Shokish and Breakneck just trying to get position, try and get vision, because they're not quite sure where the tanks from DiNG are. They know where, where Utopia are. They know where some of them are, but they don't know where the rest are. And they want to get sure that when they roll over this hill to get spots, that they're going to be doing what they can and that they can do it safely. Papapower fires out a blind shot there, but nobody's there. So
he was well aimed, but there was no one to be found. Only thing they don't know actually is where is Forbidden and where is Bihu, and Meritorious will check it out in a second.
Can Forbidden get a shot? I wouldn't shoot at the 113, but it looks like Forbidden's going to get a shot as Milos is there. But we have Positive coming round as well, as he's going to get shots into the back of Milos, as we see Maraka diving down as well. At the same time, Breakneck's going to get shots into Forbidden. These guys are caught in a horrible position. Forbidden is the first one to drop. Milos is going to get dropped second as DiNG start their push. Maraka's taking shots in return. Shokish is taking shots in return. So is Positive. But Utopia are caught right in the middle of a crossfire there from the tanks of DiNG, and DiNG are starting to pick people off. Now, Shoku takes out Positive in return. Everything's a bit calm at the moment. Bishu's going to get shots into Shokish here and trade off. Who's going to win this one, Mojo? It looks like it's going to go Shokish's favour.
Well, everything goes well for DiNG. This is one-on-one how to break a camp on mines. Guys, take a note and take a notepads and make bloody... Wow, this is a really good lesson. Like, look at this. Vielki and Shuko are completely cut off. They have nothing to do here in this match.
So, Mucka are trying to get shots out. At the moment, DiNG in a strongly commanding position. They've only lost Positive. They still have 6 out of 7 tanks in the battle. Most of them have more than half health at the moment. Only Shokish is less than half health.
Papapavian is the only one with HP, and he's in Grille. And they even know where he is. It's not like he can really resist any kind of strong push. I mean, DiNG, if they can do whatever they want, they can put one guy in cap and just finish off the game, or they can just push them.
Yeah, I was going to say earlier on that DiNG are going to know exactly where Papapowan's going to be down at the K3, K4 area. So this push, when it's came in from DiNG, has been done by completely taking out the effectiveness of Papa Powen by doing it where Papa Powen can't afford to actually get any shots in. And now DiNG are just going to say, hey guys, we've got map position. We're just going to cap right now and you can come to us.
Come and get it, bro. Come and get it, bro. And you have 55 seconds to do it. Well, let's see how does Utopia plan to attack this, because this is kind of a maze puzzle without a real solution out of it. And there goes the first one.
So Karitz gets the kill on Shoku. All we have left for Utopia is Papa Powen and Muka. DiNG have 6 tanks on the battlefield. More importantly, 6 guns on the battlefield, ready to aim them at Utopia as they come round. Papa Powen getting absolutely demolished here from the guns of DiNG as he overexposed himself and got himself spotted. Martorius finally picking up the kill. Now here we see Hulknick fighting with Muka at the end, and there we go. So DiNG now finally ahead in this match with Utopia 43. Match point. Are DiNG going to take it to bed? Are they going to just go, good night, Utopia? Or can Utopia come back into this mojo?
I think this is it, in my opinion. I mean, yes, Utopia can always come back, but this was really brilliant display by DiNG. I rarely seen such a good attack here on mines, well studied. DiNG has done so many mistakes so far. They've been caught even pens down by guys like Rage Quit and so on.
Yeah.
But here, this was really well thought. It looks, I mean, if you remember from the old interviews, Mrakar was saying, since Koritz came in a team, it came to another level. All their preparations and trainings are about angling, how to position, what to do, what is step 1, 2, 3 when you attack. That's all perfectly planned. Like we could see here, Meritorious went in, Bachat started moving right after him, like second or two after when he started receiving shots. Mrakar fell from the hill. They had all things in motion already. They already knew what will they do.
Yeah. So let's have a look at the post-battle statistics and actually see where the damage comes from there. So top 2 players, Hulknick and Martorius. Martorius there in the 1-1-3, but then the rest of the damage after that mojo is fairly even and fairly spread over what else we see there.
Hulknick from that hill, he did an astonishing amount of damage for this game, and even Mary pushing first but being second on the map. And it's not a great damage when you see it. It's more spread out all over the place.
Yep. So everyone getting their shots off here for both teams is, with the exception of Hulknick really, nobody else coming dominating with the damage as we look at the rest of the field. And I mean, Forbidden and T49, that just marries a T49.
He didn't pen the shot on side of 1-1-3, but that's all he did.
3 bad chats there from Utopia though, really not performing. Not getting the shots at least. I wouldn't say not performing, it's a bit harsh, but you want bad chats to get a clip off. You want to see at least a full shot, you know?
It's actually 4 of them. And 3...
Shoku as well, yes, of course, yeah. Well,
3 of them,
Shoku got at least 1,000.
3 of them were cut off in the water side, so they were completely out of the battle. And 1 was kind of here, but he didn't have many shots there. So really well played and really good judgments here by DiNG.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunate for Breakneck here. Daki's going to be loving that one. He's going to already be lining up his questions about Daki's boost videos. But I mean, look at this. Everything just happens at the same time. But you have Breakneck recovering fire Martorius. You've got Positive coming around on overlap as well. Kreitz is sitting up on that hill, just shooting away quite happily. Hulknick is there giving additional cover right now. You can see him on the hill on the minimap. As they then go into the cap, and this is just Hulknick finishing off Muka at the end. So pretty much textbook display there of DiNG. How to break down a defensive setup there on mines and how to get the map coverage as well. I mean, in fairness to Utopia, in fairness to DiNG, Utopia had nothing to stop them on that right flank.
No. Utopia was out of the solutions here. DiNG just gave them no opening when they started the attack. But we should see what's prepared for us in the next game.
Yes, let's have a look at the lineups here for round 2. Now, Mojo, does anything kind of stand out here?
Look at this. This is almost identical setup from Utopia in attack, and DiNG here now using relay. No, this is pretty normal everywhere, all over the place where we see. So it will be just about player skill and a bit of the positioning because this is a rather small map and we all know it.
Okay, so very similar lineups as you're saying there, Mojo. Now, with again on defensive, you know where the Grill 15 is going to be. You can play around that and not drive into to its gun sights effectively. You can rotate around the right side of the map, but is that going to work in their favour?
Grille can actually go also offensive, and DiNG done it many times before in defense. They just press with all 7 to the middle and they try to fight. Now we will see, will they try this again against Utopia, or they will just play normal?
Okay, so let's find out. As it's DiNG leading Utopia 4-3. We're going to go round 2 here on Mines. Can DiNG take the match, or can Utopia bring it into tiebreaker? It's all to play for, Mojo. Both of these teams want to say, hey, we went into phase 2, number 1. This is going to decide it. Well, not maybe. Not maybe.
Not really. I think
Maybe.
DiNG will still be number 1, but if they get bested by Utopia, that means they can bleed. If it can bleed,
Yep.
it can be killed.
If
We
it
know
bleeds,
that.
we could kill it. Yes.
So Positive is doing the boost from the first.
Oh, Bihu!
Ooh, Shuku taking some damage already here, and there is a fail boost also.
Shoku driving across the middle there with Papa Pow, and we've not really seen teams drive that way. Teams usually always go the safe approach first, and that's the danger when you do this running through the middle area. You're going to be the one who gets shot at first. Now, Shoku has that position now, but DiNG are going to be smelling blood. Shoku takes damage. Milosh getting annihilated here. Milosh, what are you doing, mate? Like, holy moly, down to 855 health. Why would you try and drive up there? I mean, is it a crossfire coming in? It's Breakneck. It looks like
He
getting the
took
shots into
a
him.
lot of shells from the side. I think the culprit is Breakneck for sure. Maybe he got connected by Grille, but I don't think so.
Breakneck and Shockish maybe getting the shots into Milosh. Milosh playing a very dangerous game right now, as he is spotted and lit by the tanks
It's
of
not
DiNG.
Breakneck then. It was someone else.
Possibly the Gorilla, and maybe Shockish from that back position is all I can guess. Mertorius is backing off now, but Milosh got pummeled there for a brief couple of seconds there before he could kind of roll back round and get himself into a better position.
It's a big problem now for Utopia because the tank that's supposed to take a front when they attack is practically crippled, and he will be a victim when that fight starts. It's not really going well for them. First 60 seconds of the game and they're already 2000 HP down.
Okay, so Utopia taking damage to 2 of their tanks, DiNG only taking damage to 1 of their tanks, which is a small bit of damage there into Hulknick in his TVP. Now, from this position, Mojo, how do you see it going for DiNG? How are DiNG going to attack here? Are DiNG going to push out against Utopia, or are they just going to sit back and let them come to them?
Great camera work here showing us the battlefield, and it looks like Utopia is trying to do what DiNG did. They are really trying to outmaneuver DiNG, chase them away so they can boost up. But of course, DiNG knows that. Oh, look at this. Some
So
return damage here.
Bihu got a cheeky shot out and in return takes a much bigger one back. So he's going to limp away and swap places with Shoku. Shoku, it's not always the best place to go to, mate, when your teammate gets shot and you go to the same position. Is the shot going to come back out and hit Shoku? Let's watch his health bar and see if it goes down for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like he's going to be okay as he took 2 blind shots out, didn't connect back.
Bihu is taking some speed. I think he will try a climb maybe.
Bihu going to try up. Shoku's blocking the vision of it. Bihu, this is bold, mate. You could get yourself completely nailed here. Ooh. Oh!
He used a
So
repair.
many shots coming in, and he repaired straight away to get himself up. He doesn't have a lot of terrain that can actually help him here. Bihu, that is a very dangerous spot to be in, mate. Rather you than me.
He's doing fairly well here. Look at this amount of damage coming from him on Mrakar. Brilliant shots here. Bravo, mate. That's a really nice display, and he will actually be king of the hill now. He will take it. But, of course, he has to pay 1 shot for that.
Oh,
that's
careful.
normal, because that's the position where he is weak. But now he's pretty much safe up. It's just about what will DiNG do next.
Bihu has to be very careful in the area that he is. He's right beside Zanaleon Sarlacc pit, and once you go in there, you don't come back out, not unless you're Boba Fett.
Wow, that's actually really nice.
So, Shoku coming around here. Is Shoku going to try it as well? Is he going to bring up the speed? It's like, hey, Bihu, I saw you take a couple of hits. I'm going to come charging up when they're not expecting it. Nope.
It does look like they got a spot on just on positive.
Is it?
Why would he even stop because of
Is
that?
he going to do it? He's backing up. If he's thinking about it.
He must back up a bit even
He's
more.
like,
so
it's
he
like
can do
one of
it.
these cartoon characters, you know, like the bull when it's like stamping its feet ready to go. And there he goes. His engines are engaged. Nope, Shoku stopped the game. Shoku wants to go. He wants it. Come on, Shoku. You can do
He's
it.
relying on spot from Bihu to see is he monitored when he does it, I guess. So he's waiting for that one. So he wouldn't
Yeah.
lose much more HP. And there we
Oh.
go.
Come on, Shoku. Switch on the nitrous and get up there.
A little around the tree.
Is he going to make it?
Yeah,
Oh, nice
most
approach.
definitely.
Very nice and smooth, but is he going to get spotted now?
I think this approach even
Nice.
falls under
Okay.
easy ones for every one of the players now. I
It's a
mean, it
bit-
was kind of important and hard in a start, but I think now that's just a casual drive by most of them.
It's a bit different watching one of the top two teams doing the boosts in this area compared to when we saw Rusty Roster trying to do these boosts.
Versus Rage Quit, oh, what amount. I couldn't even count how many times they failed.
Figo failed it 3 times in a row, and then another tank failed it, and then we had multiple ones failing in the middle as well. In fact, I think in that battle, it was 7 boosts in total that were failed.
But I remember there was one game.
Crease.
Corit, will you make
Crease.
that cheeky
Crease.
shot? And they pipe. Ay, ay, ay.
Oh, cheeky. Oh, no, Caritz is gone. Great crossfire from Bichu on the hill there. And Caritz is eliminated for trying to get that cheeky little shot into Papa Pau. And he did connect, but it was a low roll. And he's gone. So, Utopia are starting to take command of this battle, Mojo. They're starting to get positions over DiNG. Now, can they execute it the way DiNG did? Right now, they've already taken a lot of damage.
There is a slight problem here now because Shuku and Bihu are not really on high HP to push down, especially Shuku. He took another shot now. So Mary can effectively really cripple Bihu in one shot or just kill Shuku, whatever of those. And these guys, if they die, there is really a low amount of solutions here for Utopia to press in. But let's see. Muka, he's trying to close in. I mean, losing Koritz like that, that was really foolish move. It was really not needed.
BQ has to be careful because Shawkish is now back there with the gorilla aiming up at that area. Hulknig's going to get shots into Muka. That's good for the tanks up in the hill as they're able to say, hey, there's Hulkniggers. They get 2 great shots into him, 3 great shots into them. Hulknig is dropped. That is fantastic. Now, Bichu needs to get himself back in cover there with Shoku up on that hill. It's vital that they stay alive. That was great. Crossfire coming in from the TVP that got the final kill there. So, Vilke was the one who got the kill there onto Hulknig as Muka's able to get up there safely. Now, Bichu's going to rotate over. Shawkish and Mertorius don't have the vision now, as Breakneck looks to be the next one to be focused.
Breakneck actually took out the 49 there on island, but he had to pay the price because VLK was clipping him all the time. Now he will limp away, but he did take out the guy who was behind him. That's the important one. And still, this is not a solved game. I mean, Utopia has a lot of advantage here, but the game is not done.
So Utopia with a very, very strong map coverage here over DiNG. It's almost an exact copy of the round we just saw, exception of Utopia just not doing it as cleanly as DiNG did it.
Positive managed to dodge one shot from Muka.
Oh,
What
he
are
kinda
you
got
doing,
himself stuck.
Positive?
Oh, easy, Tiger. Don't be doing that. He's going to try it again as well. That
was really reckless. I mean, he did lure out 2 shots from him, but...
Oh!
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Shocker!
What a fail! What a fail!
Shocker tried to do the ram there. Oh!
No!
What are you guys doing? Not like this. What?
There is like 2 minutes left, 6,000 damage left for DiNG to do on them, 4,000 HP here on DiNG. But Milos is on one shot, DiNG is defending, and Utopia really has to find really great angles to deal with them. I mean, it's really close. It's still not done.
So, shots coming into Mertorius. Can Papa get a final one? He does. So, Utopia in command of this match. Utopia are going to take this one back from DiNG, Mojo. This is GG as far as I'm concerned. This is going into a tiebreaker. Absolutely crazy play from the tanks of Utopia there. Coming down from Bishu and from Shoku. Coming down from that hill. Shoku absolutely messing up the ram kill they had set up. It looks like just at the last minute he turned his wheels and didn't connect with what would have been a fantastic ram. Would have killed each other, but would have looked spectacular. Then we saw Biku nearly falling off the hill as he went too fast. Utopia on cleanup duty. This was a great match, Mojo.
This is still a great match because, I mean, after they catch Shohish, who really doesn't have where to go, we will see one more round and it will be on a tiebreaker, Murovanka.
So, that was brilliant to watch. I had to actually mute myself at some point nearly. I was just laughing too much at Shoku just coming down that hill.
I really don't understand. I know what he wanted, but that was a fail of his life. And then Bihu went and just bumped
It was-
off of the. I thought he will actually crash.
It was like the ball in Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
coming flying down there. And just before he connected, he seemed to bounce. I think it was maybe the terrain just caught him to the side of it. And then he slid right past him and he just turned and shot him. And then Bihu, going too fast, actually, at one point was coming off the hill sideways.
Yeah, it was a kind of a double fail, but still it didn't really help DiNG because Utopia did a good number of them. It's really amazing that actually both teams took attack on Mines,
Yeah.
the most defensive map in the league we have at the moment.
But both teams showing how it's done. They did it roughly the
But
same
they're
way.
not showing them how to do the
Yeah,
defense.
yeah, they can't show you how to defend. They can show you how to attack. But, I mean, it was done the same way, just not as cleanly, wasn't it?
No, this was a bit more messy. But
More
it still worked.
entertaining. More
It still
entertaining.
worked.
Yes.
It still worked. It still worked. It was enough. And we are now at the scenario where we will see a tiebreaker here, but it's on Murovanka, the map that DiNG lost 2 times in this match.
What are Utopia going to do? So let's have a look at the post-battle stats. Right now, the teams will be discussing amongst themselves and submitting lineups for the tiebreaker because they don't do this in advance. DiNG will be defending. Do you think we're going to see the mouse again, Mojo?
I really don't think they should attempt another try with that, not in the same way. Maybe with a changed
Look at
build
the
like I
damage from Vilki
proposed.
here.
Maybe like that.
Look at that.
Vielki, 4.3k. Like
But this is like the last round. The top player was from DiNG, and he was in the middle in a TVP.
This is a really nice damage output by all the guys here. Koritz did 1k. He really misplayed there. He really misplayed that moment. I mean, Forbidden, he died really cheaply on that island. Breakneck just owned him. But look, Breakneck just did 600 damage, mate. He's like one of the main players. Positive. Another of the stars of the DiNG. Second from the bottom, also together with Breakneck in their team.
No, positive. Why? Okay, let's look at the highlights, Mojo, because this was an amazing match. Again, the casting these games tonight has been so much fun. This was the cheat. I mean, like Koritz, the overextension, mate. This is he just goes right past him, and then right after this, he comes down, right, and
Look at this.
and he nearly goes off the hill sideways. Watch.
I really thought he was gonna crash
Yeah,
or something.
I thought he was going to keep going there. He was so lucky. Papa Powan taking out Motorisi. Motorisi just gets caught turning here. And then this is Maraka and Breakneck being the last 2 alive.
It was really nothing to do there. Don't forget Shokish, mate. They were chasing him for a while. He was trying. He was trying.
They still had 5 tanks alive at this point. So Shokish gets killed from the Ram in the end by Vilke. 5 tanks alive from Utopia. So that's a great turnaround from just losing the previous round. And losing, to be honest, pretty handedly. They kind of got it handed to them in the first round when they were the ones defending and DiNG were attacking.
This is the clash of what we have best in a league at the moment, and it's a really close one.
Yeah,
it's really a
great.
close one.
It's
This
exactly
makes it
what we
really
wanted.
brilliant.
Exactly what we wanted. So, as I was saying, the teams are going to be selecting their tanks now for the lineups. Potential opportunity here for curveballs. You got 1 shot to do it. 1 shot to surprise someone. You could stick something in there totally left field that they're not prepared for. Both teams are going to be on edge. They're going to be like, fair play. It's a bit like Rocky Apollo. Both teams same level, respecting each other.
I mean, Utopia played really brilliant on the last time, but even that game in attack, DiNG had an opportunity to win it if they made a better decision. I mean, now they should probably know by now how to react differently to that kind of a build. But it's really wise not to give Utopia defensive side on Murovanka because they really know to play it well, mate. You don't want to go there. It's not needed. So this is the best pick possible for DiNG, and now they have to just think how to adjust their defenses according to the plays of Utopia.
Okay, so vehicles have been chosen. Let's have a look at the lineups and see exactly what we're going to get, Mojo.
I love these guys. They're so professional. They're not really buying their time. They're just picking the tanks, and we will go really soon.
Let's get
so
stuck in.
Utopia, there is no mouse because they do not want to overuse it in that attack, but they still have Lorraine, they have Grill, and they have Object 140 now instead of the mouse here.
Okay, so interesting. I'm just having a quick look to see the tanks they previously picked. So
DiNG has the same lineup they had.
DiNG on defense, yep. So E5, TVP, AMX 3090, then 4 Batchats. Exact same as what DiNG took second time round, but Utopia have shook it up because obviously you don't see the
They don't
Same tanks, yeah.
But with this lineup, Utopia can also play the field now. They can just go and blind shoot the bushes and try to fan out the 1390. Don't forget that.
Okay, so if there was another team that was likely to take DiNG into tiebreaker, you were expecting it to be Utopia. So a bit unfortunate that
Maybe
Utopia,
Legend tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe Legend tomorrow. A bit unfortunate that Utopia couldn't get the clean victory against them, but this has been highly entertaining. So let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. We're on 4-4 Utopia DiNG tiebreaker. Let's find out who's going to take the top points as we go into Muravanka. Okay, Mojo, here we go in the quiet forest of Muravanka as the tanks are spreading out across the battlefield looking for their prey.
The Magic Forest. The place where
Muravanka.
Batshots and unicorns lie.
The Muravanka forest, the last place of the unicorns and the unicorns, some might say.
Yeah, Shuku is going aggressive here for the middle to check out is Utopia actually trying to, is DiNG trying to trap them there, while the rest of the forces here is just going straight down. So we'll see a lot of bush shooting, but look at this, DiNG is actually pulling Koritz back, same as Utopia did.
So the Utopia tanks migrating here through the forest, Mojo, looking for DiNG.
Wow. Sounds sexy when you talk like that.
Easy, Tiger.
It's been a long night here.
It's been a long night. So, what can we see here from DiNG? DiNG being super defensive down in this bottom corner, almost taking a perfect corner of the map, as you see from the G line and the 4 line, as you can just bisect that area as where they're all setting up within. As Milos comes down the bottom area, going to be the initial scout.
Interesting is to check out positive position here. So we have Koritz, who is not too far down, and he's spotting part of the city and one quadrant, and then you have positive, who is covering for more. So they don't really need everyone to be sitting and sniping. They have a backup position, so if Koritz is found by any chance, they will still have an alternative spotter in the place. That's really good play by a lot of teams, because you've seen more than one team lose when they fan out one spotter and they think, oh, it's done. They start placing people to cap instantly and they get wrecked.
Tell us something, Mojo. The camera work is just being on point recently with some amazing shots across the battlefield and capturing the vehicles rotating and stuff right now. So makes it much easier to cast when the camera work is on point like this. Much more fun.
There we go. Positive here, covered by this little bush in this little field by grass. And the guys from Utopia are doing their best, trying to find anyone from DiNG. This will take a while. This can take even 4 or 5 minutes of the game.
Okay, so Utopia are going to play it carefully here. As artillery shot coming out so close.
First thing artillery fired is the bush where their own 1390 was lying when they were defending.
Yep. And you could see the gun barrel there of Hulknick looking down to where the artillery landed and thinking, oh, nuts, I might be the next bush next.
Bielki getting spotting, and look at this. Woo!
Look at all those tracers coming in as Vielke just turns and runs and says, guys, I'm out here. There's a couple of people over there shooting at me, and he's gone out of vision now. So, bit of a rotation coming around here at the top from DiNG as they're going to try and take a bit of map coverage and control at the top of the area. Shoku will be able to spot this eventually, perhaps. But how are they going to commit? Are they going to go all the way, Mojo?
Oh, they will just rely on at least one guy spotting. So far, they have a lot of info because they know there is no one in their back, so they're clear from there. They can just leave one guy spotting. Now, I don't think they will attack. They don't have to. They already have an HP advantage, and they are defending. Why would they go and suicide on some ludicrous quest here when they can just wait and do a counterattack when it matters?
So close, all those shots coming out. Vielke might connect into Koritz in just a second if he aims other way. I'm just waiting for this artillery to connect on Hulknick in there, sitting on that bush, so close. If artillery fired at one, you'd expect him to go for another one. It's a bit of a shame we can't have first person right now and be able to see exactly where Papa Pound's aiming, but I'm just expecting any minute like Hulknick to just take massive damage as something connects with him and finds the right bush as he then turns and runs and is lit when he does so. Nope. So Papa Pound swinging a miss again from artillery, not be able to hit anything. At some point, Utopia are going to have to make a move. DiNG are pretty comfortable knowing that it's not going to come into the 1 base. It's going to be something at 2, and that's where the fight's going to happen.
There is about a minute, maybe minute and a half of this blind shooting, and then Utopia will be forced to attack, and then this is a problem. this is what we were talking a lot of times. If you don't make a good use of your artillery, then it's just, you might as well use it as a tank destroyer point blank. And let's not forget even one more problem here. Besides having just that artillery, they still have to approach them, and now they have a Vielki who is on lower HP, so he's a liability when they push.
Yeah, Vielki's going to be the first one focused, and I'll take a gun out of the battle straight away. Right now, they've shot at every single bush besides Karitz and not put one into where Karitz is, although that one tracked him.
Oop.
Oh, there's the Hulknick shot, as
That
predicted.
was an artillery. That was artillery.
1,203, and Hulknick is out there. So, eventually he is found by Papa Powen.
They don't know the amount of damage they did and on who. You can see immediately the shots are fired there. And Koritz now, the Artie can tell them the Koritz is here maybe.
Okay, so Karitz did take a shot there, said the first one came in, hit his track, so somebody would have probably saw that and saw that there wasn't the... Is it usually the little splash of damage on the ground or something? Once you see that not connecting, you know you've hit with someone. As the shot going over there, I mean, this is great from Papa Pau, and he has a rough read of where somebody would want to back off to and still cover the same position as...
I mean, even you said it, we really didn't like the Hulk's position. It's really nice position to snipe, but when they're doing this much of blind fire,
yeah.
I think it would be the best if they just moved away with that TVP and just brought him back later.
Forbidden charging across there now. A blind fire shot coming out from artillery. I'm not sure if that was the best to shoot right now because Forbidden's in quite a forward position here, and any minute now he's going to light up somebody. Milosh coming around the bottom as well as Muka and Bishu are coming around. Now Breakneck and Shockish, are they going to come around the top, Mojo, or are they going to come back and defend?
Honestly, there is no one they can really spot from Forbidden's position. They need someone to rush like Breakneck did on DiNG positions, on Utopia's positions previously, but that will all be spotted by Positive, of course.
So great play from Positive here. He's sitting in this bush, camp bush right now, unfair playing, as he's able to spot out a lot of Utopia as they try and press forward and get shots on. Bihu running up here just to the ridgeline as he's trying to get additional fire support for Forbidden, but fair play to DiNG. They've been spotted out, they've regrouped, and they're back in bushes right now, and Utopia are having to do this whole clear out thing again. Kreitz is back in the bush. Hulknick has backed off. He's clipped and he's reloading. Breakneck was spotted where he is. Now, Bihu gets
touched
that
the
now.
cap and he got shot in a millisecond. No, you're not gonna cap.
Instantly, it's like, we know exactly where you're going to try and cap from, mate.
True
We have
boy.
that area covered.
My cap.
Yeah. So, Utopia right now.
Ooh.
Oh, so Muka just wipes out Karitz. He finds the bush he is and wipes him out completely. So, great shot there from Muka. It's just like, I'll try this bush now, guys. Bam! Oh, look at that. I got a kill.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. And Bihu got spotted and shot. Positive's bush still works. And that's the moment when we were talking about when you have two spotters. That's a real problem for the Utopia now. They have no clue actually where Positive is.
So, great here by DiNG. So is Papa Pound going to get shot over to where he thought Maraka is? Is Maraka just going to stay there? Let's find out. Papa Pound just about to come off reload. Is he going to fire a shot over to where the E5 was?
This is a good read by Utopia now. They know approximately what is covered by the enemy, so which angles are spotted. But there you go, Maraka gets wrecked.
Maraka gets hit there. 2 shots came into him, so that was one from the artillery, and somebody else got a shot into him as well as he's lost his commander. No more jack of all trades for you, and that's going to be vital later on in the fight if he loses another crew member. But he's also lost vision, which is really important for his position. Now, Forbidden trying to run away from the cap circle. He's getting absolutely wrecked in the crossfire here. He's getting away with 5. No, he had 5 health. His Positive just says, I'll take that kill, lads. Thanks very much.
This is a crucial reason why they actually had to pull away, because Shockish and Breakneck pressed them from the other side. But look at this, they left a laid trap. Meritorious is at the corner and they have no clue about it. Shuku is actually in the crossfire.
Shoku driving into the middle here, but sneaky Meritorious here is going to get some crossfire shots into him. He shoots once and misses. Meritorious has 4 shots, Shoku has 4 shots. Breakneck's going to try and get shots in, he misses. Bihu and Vilki are going to come in as well, but Shoku is driving into a lot of trouble here. He's going to get himself surrounded. He needs to make his shots count. As Shoku gets the first one, Shoku misses in return. Shoku connects with another. Shoku's only getting his other shots come in. This is going into DiNG's favour right now. Utopia are just driving into their guns, Mojo.
Utopia is desperate, there is no more time. They need to press in and DiNG only needs to survive and shoot them while they're approaching. This is classic tower defense case, mate.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, like, you guys, there's not a lot of time left, come at us, like, we're going to set up the trap. Utopia only have 2 tanks left. Milosh, hardly any health left, 188, but he's in crossfire right now from Positive and Hulknick as they turn their guns now onto Muka. That's all that's left. So, great play here from DiNG, taking out this tiebreaker module, but Utopia put up a hell of a fight.
This was a brilliant match in every aspect. I quite enjoyed not just this, both of the matches we've casted today. They were brilliant to watch, and there is a lot to see and study for all the teams and players actually who want to thrive in this game.
Yep. Definitely, we've seen some textbook play here and some really fine examples of why you should do certain things on maps and how effective they can be. We saw the two matches on mines where we saw that push coming down the east working so effectively. We just saw here the benefit of the double bush and how